I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Moving on to page 23 of the Grade 5 Discovering Music Theory workbook, we're going to dig a little deeper now into the topic of transposing, and we're now going to look at melodies with accidentals because, of course, some music will have accidentals. They'll have sharps and flats in addition to the key signature. That may be because it's in a minor key, in which case the 7th or the 6th and the 7th will need to be raised, or also a composer may just want to add some chromatic interest. And so there will be need to transpose accidentals. And it's not particularly difficult, it's just a final little step that we need to add into the equation when we're working out transposing a melody. And so we have the same step. So let's say this melody here needs to be transposed up a major second. We have the original steps of, first of all, we transpose the key. So here we've gone from F major up a major second to G major. So that's correct. Then we have to do the note heads, move everything up or down as the case may be. Here we're moving up a major second. So this is the second step. But now we have a third step where we need to adjust the accidentals. And so here we can see that the B flat has been made natural and the C, which would be natural in the key signature, has now been raised by a sharp. Now it doesn't always help to just think natural or sharp. You can't just translate and copy those accidentals because we need to think instead, this has been raised from a flat to a natural. This has been raised from a natural in the key signature. There's no C sharps in the key signature, by a sharp as an accidental. And so continuing this to raise, we need to raise this, which would be a C natural. So it's been raised by a sharp. It's been raised by a semitone by adding this sharp. And then the D has been raised by adding a sharp. So you've got to think, am I raising or lowering by a semitone in relation to the new key signature, and just how these accidentals would apply, because a flat raised becomes a natural raised becomes a sharp. So you just need to adjust by a semitone. And so that's just that final little step just to complete transposing. And so now we need to transpose exactly as the melody requires. We can't alternately add an enharmonic equivalent. It must stay because C is written differently than D. Excuse me, I'll just get a piece of paper. So we can't change C sharp to D natural because in terms of key, that's a step higher, isn't it? And so although it sounds the same, you are replacing a different note. Here, you are raising a C. Here, you are lowering a D. And that is a completely different transaction in musical terms. So it's all to do with the key signature that you're in. So we deal with the note heads, putting them in the correct place, and then we adjust the sharps and flats accordingly. So don't overthink it and kind of start rearranging and doing enharmonic equivalents. So let's just follow through with these examples and it soon becomes clear. It's quite simple if you just follow each step carefully. Just take it a step at a time and it all unfolds before you. The music does the magic for you, really. And so exercise A, First step, of course, is the key signature. Second step is the note head itself. And then the third step is raising this note by a semitone. So here we think for our purposes that this is C major. Yes, it could be A minor, but we will deal with that as we get to it. In actual fact, this G sharp is the raised seventh of A minor, but there's no need to think about that. We'll just stay with thinking in major, and then adjusting the accidentals will do that for you. The formula does the magic for you, really. So for our purposes, we're considering this is in C major, and we need to go upper major second. So C major, upper major second takes us to D major. We raise this note a step higher, a full step higher, a major second higher, so it becomes an A. And then we can see that this note has been raised by adding a sharp sign. So this note is raised by adding a sharp sign. So just follow through those 3 steps and it all kind of becomes clear. And so here we can see that what we've now got is, we think it's the D major key signature, but actually we're in B minor, and here is the raised seventh, and it's all worked out perfectly for us. So here we're in the key of D major, and we've got to go down a major second. So if we're in the key of D, down a major second takes us to the key of C, and so we need to consider this is our new key signature of nothing. And so now we want to go down a major second, and so down a major second takes us from the A down a step to the G, so we're going to go to the G. And then here, this has been raised by adding a sharp, so we're raising it by a semitone, and so we raise this also by a semitone. And so actually here we can see that we've got the raised seventh in A minor. Let's continue with exercise C, and by all means, if you feel ready to go, just have a go on your own now. I do suggest that you do so on these last couple of exercises, just to get your brain kicking in. It's always better to learn by your mistakes, and then we'll check through these together. So for our purposes, we're considering this as the key of C major. We've got to go up a minor third, so C up a minor third. So 1, 2, 3, that's a major third. A minor third goes semitone smaller, and we know that C minor must have E flat, and that takes us to E flat. So we need the key signature of E flat major, which is B flats, E flats, A flats. And then here we go up a minor third, so 1, 2, 3 takes us to the B. And then we have the final step now, where this note in the original has been raised by a semitone. We need to raise this by adding an accidental, but we don't just add a sharp sign, because if we do, we've actually raised it twice because it's B flat. Don't forget it's B flat, so we need to raise that by adding a natural, because B flat raised a semitone is B natural. If you did B sharp, you've raised it again, you've raised it twice. So don't just copy a sharp sign, you've got to think in relationship to the new key signature and just raise it accordingly. And so finally, we have here a key signature of F major, and we need to go down a perfect fifth. So F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, perfect fifth is B flat, because we know from B flat to F. So we've gone to the key of B flat major, which needs a key signature of B flats and E flats. And then down a perfect fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, takes us to E flat at the moment. However, this is a B flat that has been raised by adding a natural sign, and so we need to raise this. This is an E flat, and so we just add the natural sign to raise that also. And so that now nicely tidies up, fully transposing a section of music including the accidentals. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.